Howdy humans, let's do something impossible. Let's build a reactionless space drive using float valves that are manufactured for swamp coolers and tamale pots. And I'm actually serious. So the only real argument against reactionless space drives is conservation of momentum. Conservation of momentum is absolutely correct. In a closed system, you cannot change overall linear momentum. You just can't, not without the presence of an outside force. If you have an outside force, then it's not a closed system anymore. But anytime that you rotate something, it's not a closed system. Now, this is going to sound weird, but it's not, okay? Links are going to be in the description, but when you rotate something, then it's part of the rotating frame, which is also non-inertial frame. It's a frame of reference. And it's an open system because of the presence of centrifugal force. If you've ever been on a ride at the amusement park or anything else, you know centrifugal force pulls you towards the outside. So fill this with water, okay? This is just a can, like a rotating tuna can with valves on the ends on opposing sides, so the whole thing is balanced. We fill it with water, partially fill it with water. Either way, centrifugal force acts upon the water, does work to keep it balanced all the way around. When the valve cycles and a droplet of water escapes the rotating frame, that is the action. Its speed and its direction that it was traveling at inside the wheel is unchanged because the valve opens and allows it to get out before centrifugal force reorients it and so forth, okay? Links in the description. So the droplet goes flying off in a straight line. The reaction occurs inside of the can. The reaction is normally imbalanced. Center of mass is out of alignment with center of rotation when some little submass flex off. Okay? But in this case, because the centrifugal force is acting upon the water, everything stays balanced. The work is done by the centrifugal force, the outside force, acting upon the mass to keep it oriented, balanced with the center of rotation. All right? So linear action and angular reaction, the wheel will actually slow down because it's releasing droplets. It'll need to be speeded up. Given the resources at my disposal, I've set up a demonstration using 2 counter-rotating wheels to best balance the system for detecting our results. The wheels are marked with their direction of rotation. We have these ramps connected to a pneumatic piston for operating the float valves. And here's a splash plate where the water released from the wheel will transfer its momentum to the torsional pendulum. Next, let's run this under 2 different conditions. On the left, we have a dry run. Now that just means there's no water in the cans, but the cans are spun up, the valves are activated, the splash plate's there, and the plastic is wrapped around it to isolate it from the environment. All right? And on the right here, we have 0.2 gallons of water in each can. The cans are spun, the valves are activated, the droplets hit the splash plate, and the plastic is wrapped around the whole system to isolate it from its environment. So on the left here, we see plenty of vibration, but no linear acceleration. And on the right, where the water is hitting the splash plate, we see linear acceleration from the droplets hitting the splash plate. All right, so there you have it. A reactionless space drive that already is getting more force output per watt than any electrical space drive that we know of or are testing at this time. It puts out more force per watt than an ion drive, a photon drive, or the EM drive that is still being tested. All right, this absolutely works. It's super cheap and easy to build. If you have a machine shop, access to a machine shop, then you can build one of these and test it for yourself in less time than it'll take you to argue about it. All right? The time for words is past. I'm putting this out online. This is easy to test. Americans, aerospace companies, I wish you the best, and I'm here to help and consult, absolutely. But if by the time you see this, India's already seen it, China's already seen it, Brazil's already seen it. It'll cost a couple of $100 to build it the way I built it, torsional pendulum, 2 rotating cans. They're already doing it. Enjoy the new space race.